Can IPFW make it 8 in a row? We'll find out in about 30 seconds from now as they take on the Bellarmine Knights. Hi everybody, Ryan Perrott broadcasting for College 56 Sports here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW. IPFW coming into the Knights, this afternoon's match with a 10-1 record. Bellarmine Knights, they're 9-1. They're playing good basketball as of late. IPFW, a great home team, they're 5-0. Bellarmine, however, struggling on the road, so this could be the perfect opportunity for IPFW to knock off the Knights. We'll be back with the start of the basketball game after this. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW. This is Ryan Perrott getting ready to call the action of this afternoon's women's basketball matchup between the IPFW Mastodons and the Bellarmine Knights. The conclusion to warm-up, we're about a minute and a half away from the start of the basketball game. IPFW coming into this match on a 7-game win streak. They've been playing really good basketball. They'll get one of the more athletic players back in their program, Laura Douglas, who just completed a very successful women's volleyball season here at IPFW, is returning to the lineup for Coach Carl Semesco. IPFW being led by Trish Fleming. She's averaging around 20.5 points per basketball game. The Bellarmine Knights, they're no slouch. They come in on a 6-match winning streak. They are 9-1 overall. IPFW 10-1. Not a very good road team, however, are Bellarmine. They're only one away from their friendly confines at home. The conclusions of warm-up just finishing up. We're getting ready for the player introductions. For that, we're going to turn it over to our PA announcer, the man, Dan Miller.
Featuring the Bellarmine Knights and your IPFW Mastodons. Fans, at this time, would you please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
Oh, sing and you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Do they know they're clapping for a CD? And now the starters for the visiting Bellarmine Knights. The head guard, a 5'5" sophomore from Mount Washington, Kentucky, number 12, Nikki Randall. Also at guard, a 5'8" senior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 21, Rachel Young. At forward, a 5'10" senior from Nokomis, Illinois, number 30, Ryan Danner. Also at forward, a 5'11" senior from Radcliffe, Kentucky, number 40, Jackie Holland. And in the middle, a 6-foot senior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 42, Stephanie Hutchcraft. Coach of the Knights is David Smith. He is assisted by Melissa Elliott and Rich Martin. And now, the starters for your IPFW Mastodons. At guard, a 5'7" sophomore from Windfall, Indiana, number 22, Janie Smith. Also at guard, a 5'10" senior from Columbia City, Indiana, number 32, Jamie Holderman. Hit forward, a 5'10" sophomore from Westfield, Indiana, number 25, Trish Fleming. Hit forward, a 5'10" freshman from Beech Grove, Indiana, number 44, Amy Geralds. And in the middle, a 5'10" sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 31, Tiara Dudley. Head coach of the Dons is Carl Smesko. He is assisted by Bob Bolden.
The telecast of this IPFW women's basketball game is brought to you this afternoon by Pizza Hut of Canterbury, featuring famous Pizza Hut pizza. Very important game for IPFW, as they come into this game with a record of 10-1. They're 3-1 in conference play. They're perfect 5-0 here at the Gates Sports Center. A very interesting stat for Bellarmine. 7 of their players average double digits in points. IPFW averaging around 80 points per game and holding their opponents to about 63. Bellarmine scoring 96 points per game and holding their opponents to about 70. Little half-court man-to-man defense here for IPFW on the start. Here's Nikki Randall with the drive and off the glass for 2. Shani Smith running the show for IPFW. Over to Holderman. Nice ball movement so far for IPFW. Very good perimeter shooting basketball team. And there's a turnover by Amy Geralds. Possession to the Knights of Bellarmine. Here's Nikki Randall, the 5'5" point guard for the Knights. Lob inside. Just out of the outreach hands of Stephanie Hutchcraft, number 42 of Bellarmine. And now the turnovers are even at 1 apiece. IPFW shooting the basketball particularly well from the floor. They're shooting about 47%. There's Smith, nice open look. And Trish Fleming hits the outside jump shot, and we're tied at 2. Bellarmine pushing the basketball up. Here's Hutchcraft. Nice ball movement. Here's Randall. Inside Holland, just off the glass. And out of bounds, possession Bellarmine. Perhaps a little mismatch underneath. Stephanie Hutchcraft of Bellarmine, she's 6 feet tall. Jackie Holland underneath for Bellarmine as well, she's 5'11". Here's a drive right here by Hutchcraft, and she kisses it off the glass for 2. Gerald's pushing the basketball up for IPFW. 4-2 Bellarmine leading here in the early stages. Nice pass underneath. Gerald's, just misses the layup. Rebound, Hutchcraft. And the Knights pushing. Here's a 3 off the iron. And that's going to be a loose ball foul on number 30, Ryan Danner. Her first. Rebounding will be a key for IPFW. So far they have the rebounding edge throughout the course of the season. Now rebounding their opponents by about 7 a game. IPFW, a very good home team. Here's Gerald's, a 3-pointer attempt off the iron. Nikki Randall running, nice outlet pass. Danner. IPFW back in the half court. There's Rachel Young, being guarded by Emil Geralds. Nice job by her. Going baseline. Skip pass, open 3. Danner, yes. 3-pointer by Ryan Danner. Opens up a 5-point lead for the Bellarmine Knights. We played just about 3 minutes here in the first half. Here's Trish Fleming being guarded by number 21, Rachel Young. Inside to Tiara Dudley. Left-handed shot, no good. And here come Bellarmine running. Young slows things down. It's a two-point attempt off the back iron. And Trish Fleming has the rebound. Shani Smith kicks it back out. Nice look inside. Holderman with the two. Nice pass inside by Trish Fleming. Bellarmine 7, IPFW 4. Danner off the back iron, nice rebound. Fleming, here's Smith. She'll close things up and get something in the half-court set. Inside, Hutchcraft. Nice shot there, Stephanie Hutchcraft. The senior forward out of Louisville, Kentucky with a nice baseline jump shot. It's 9-4 Bellarmine. Here's Holderman for three. Nice shot by Jamie Holderman. Lighting it up from the outside. She's a deadly three-point shooter for IPFW. Shooting around 40% from beyond the arc. Here's a nice drive by Nikki Randall. Nice penetration there by the point guard, Nikki Randall for Bellarmine. 11-7 Bellarmine. Fleming all the way to the hole. That's what IPFW needs, some easy free points baskets in transition. Randall says tit for tat as she comes back off the iron. Gerald's with the rebound and pushing now for IPFW. Nice pass underneath the Fleming. And we're tied at 11. Nice fast break basketball there by IPFW. We played 5 minutes. We're tied at 11. Oh, great look underneath by 42, Stephanie Hutchcraft to Nikki Randall. Randall now with 8 points here in the early goings. Smith to Gerald's. Nice fast-paced action. Another three-pointer just off the mark, Holderman. Outlet. Randall running for the Knights. Inside Hutchcraft. She loves that baseline jump shot. This time she misses the 10-footer. Shani Smith with the rebound. Here's Gerald's for three. That's short. And loose ball out of bounds. They're going to call that a foul on Tiara Dudley, number 31. And we have our first media timeout. Bellarmine leads 13-11. We'll be back for IPFW women's basketball in a moment.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all of that possible.
IPFW? It's the best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. 14-15 left in the first half. Our score, Bellarmine 13, IPFW 11. Mike Mouse with Ryan Perrott here at the Gate Center. And Ryan, Bellarmine's for real.
Nice pace so far for the Bellarmine Knights. IPFW is showing some good basketball as well. They're hanging in with Bellarmine. IPFW showing that their 10-1 record is no fluke. Although Bellarmine up by 2 points here in the early goings.
Knights will begin starting the basketball. A couple of things hopefully we can get into, Ryan. Some notes that I made. Bellarmine, number 1 in the conference in scoring, over 94 points a game. This is their style of game. Knights with the basketball now. Inside, Hutchcraft going to be called for the offensive foul, I believe.
was off balance that time, Stephanie Hutchcraft, and that time causing the offensive foul.
Here comes IPFW. Amy Geralds puts it back out. Jamie Holderman for three. Yes. Second tray for Jamie. And the Dons have a 14-13 lead. Inside spin, shot up, no good by Deshawn, but she is fouled. Looks like Lindsay Wurst picks up the foul.
You're going to see this a lot from Bellarmine. They're going to pound it and pound it and pound it inside, hopefully trying to get IPFW into some foul trouble. Going to the free throw stripe. They're a very good free throw shooting team, around 75%.
Number one in the conference in free throw, number two, I should say, in the conference. Jennifer Deshawn, 6-foot freshman, makes them both. Makes it 15-14, Bellarmine back on top. IPFW with the motion offense. Amy Geralds takes it to the glass.
By Amy. That quick first step going baseline, kissing it off the glass with the left hand.
Dons back on top, 16-15. Jumper, no good by Young. Rebound controlled by Lindsay Wernst. Here come the Dons. Oh, Lindsay Wernst couldn't quite keep it under control. Turns it over. And we got substitution coming in for the Lady Knights. Audrey Cannon, 5'11" sophomore.
Nice move.
Inside move by Lynn Johnson. In this game of back and forth leads, right now it's in Bellarmine's advantage. Trish Fleming cut off. Lindsay Wurst for three, yes.
IPFW deadly from the perimeter. Another three-pointer. Oh, and a costly turnover there for the Knights. IPFW lighting it up from the outside.
Shady Smith coming back in the lineup for IPFW now. And she's going to replace Amy Geralds.
IPFW extending the floor with their perimeter jump shot if they continue to shoot that way. Perhaps later on in the game, able to establish some inside game.
Shaney to Jamie Holderman. Inside pass intended for Trish Fleming, knocked out of bounds. Let's see who they say last touched it. It's going to be IPFW basketball. Underneath. 16 on the shot clock. 12:06 on the first half game clock. Don's up by 2. Nice move inside. Oh, they're going to say Jamie Holderman traveled with the basketball. At least it looked good from here, Ryan.
Another turnover for IPFW. That's their third of the game. They're going to have to keep that to a minimum if they want to be successful here this afternoon.
Got a whistle away from the ball. They're going to call Deshawn for the foul, pushing off.
She's moving to set the screen across the key that time for her teammate. That time got caught by the official.
Substitution for Bellarmine, Jackie Howen, number 40, a 5'11" senior now in the lineup. And bringing the ball up over midcourt is Lindsay Wernst for the Dons. Baseline move. Shaney just can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Johnson, and here come the Knights. Good hustle on the D. Bellarmine retains possession. Johnson looked like she traveled, but no call. Gets her own miss and puts it back up and in.
Second shot opportunities could kill IPFW that time. Free chance for a second shot.
Trish Fleming on the drive off the glass and in. Nice move by Trish. IPFW back on top, 21-19.
I like Bellarmine's strategy, pushing the basketball, even if IPFW does score a bucket. giving IPFW no chance to rest defensively.
Inside move, shot partially blocked by Fleming as Holland couldn't get it to go, and here comes IPFW.
Holland thought she was fouled that time.
Jamie for three, no. Rebound controlled by Cannon. Here comes Bellarmine. Three-point shot by Randall is no good. Whistle underneath. And they're going to call a foul on Jackie Holland. Substitutions. Tiara Dudley back in for the Mastodons. And Ryan Danner and Stephanie Hutchcraft back in for Bellarmine. Ryan, it's going to be interesting with IPFW kind of short-bodied, so to speak. See how many players Bellarmine runs in and out.
Bellarmine, a lot of depth. 7 other players average double digits in scoring, which is unbelievable.
That shot by Holderman hit the back support behind the basket, so it's turnover. Ball goes over to Bellarmine. Chance to tie or take the lead with a tray.
If there is a weakness for the Knights of Bellarmine, it's their turnover habit.
Nice move to the basket by Randall. She draws the foul. I believe it's going to be on Tiara Dudley. That's her second.
The Knights are plus 10 per game in turnovers. Not a ratio you like to see as a coach. I'm sure head coach David Smith has talked to his troops about that.
First free throw by Nikki Randall was good.
Nikki Randall, the best free throw shooting on the Knights, 86% on the season.
Amy Gerald's back in the lineup for Shani Smith for IPFW. Nikki Randall also leads this conference in assists.
Yes. I like the way she plays. Nice up-tempo basketball style.
Second free throw good as well. We're tied at 21 with 10-10 to go here in the first half.
Nikki also likes to create off the dribble. See if defensively IPFW can match.
Right now they're working a perimeter game. Randall nearly knocks the ball away from Wernst. Now it's a loose ball, and they're going to call it jump ball. Alternate possession should go to IPFW. And we've got a whistle and another media timeout. 9:55 left here in the first half. We are tied 21 apiece here at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center. And let's take a break. We'll be back.
I'm Walter Bowman, Director of Athletics at IPFW. I'm pleased you have joined us for today's telecast. I trust you will enjoy the exciting action of our student athletes, and at some point this year will join us for Mastodon entertainment. In the meantime, it is our privilege to come into your home, and we thank you for sharing your time. Please remember that each Wednesday evening at 8:30, you can enjoy Mastodon Spotlight Coaches Hour. For more information on how you can become involved with the Royal Dons Athletic Association, call the number on your screen.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hilliard Gate Sports Center here on the campus of IPFW. 9:55 left until halftime, and Ryan, right now it's a dogfight. These two teams are tied at 21 apiece.
These teams feeling each other out so far through 10 minutes of basketball here in the first half. Bellarmine continues to pound the ball inside, while IPFW is content with their perimeter shooting, and they're shooting nearly 53% from the floor, so good sign for Coach Smesko. See if that trend continues, Mike.
Leading scorers so far, Trish Fleming, Jamie Horderman, 8 apiece for the Dons. Nikki Randall, 8 for Bellarmine. IPFW with the basketball. 3 on the shot clock. I don't know if they realize it. Lindsay Wernst, 3, yes, count it. Second try for Lindsay Wernst, and it comes at the right time, right when the shot clock was about to expire. Whistle on the floor as Johnson falls hard. They're going to call a foul on Jamie Holderman. That is her second. And Lynn Johnson getting up off the floor. She will shoot a pair.
Hard foul there. See if Johnson's all right as she attempts some free throws. 67% on the season. She leads the team in rebounding at about 7 a game.
Knocks down the first one, gives the Knights brings the Knights within 2 at 24-22.
Johnson averaging 11 points per game, one of 7 players on this Knight ball club with double-digit numbers offensively.
Second free throw good as well.
IPFW has 3 scorers in double digits. Trish Fleming, she averages 20.5 a game. Jamie Holderman, 16.5 a game. And Amy Geralds, 12.5 a game.
And an errant pass, little zig and zag. Dons turn it over. So Bellarmine with a chance to retake the lead here on this possession. It's amazing, Ryan, to have 7 players average double-digit figures.
Unbelievable. Unheard of, if not rare.
Ball taken away by Wernst. Good defense for the Dons. Let's see if they can convert. Bellarmine in a tough man-to-man defense. Nice feed inside. Shot up and in by Trish Fleming.
Nice entry pass by Amy Geralds that time. Fleming wide open underneath. Easy 2 points.
10 points now for Trish. Hutchcraft dishes off underneath. They're going to whistle. They're going to call a foul on Stephanie Hutchcraft after she delivered that pass to Randall. It is her second. Substitution, Jennifer Deshawn back in the lineup, replacing Stephanie Hutchcraft.
2 quick fouls on Hutchcraft. Very critical part of Bellarmine's offense inside. She's been out of control a couple times, catching up 2 fouls here in the first half.
Jamie Holderman, nice feed inside to Amy Geralds, off the glass and in. Amy Geralds with another bucket. The lead is up to 5. Young, baseline, stops, pops, misses, rebound, Geralds, double team. And on the alternate possession, it'll be Bellarmine basketball.
Cardinals sitting there that time by Amy. She rebounded the basketball high above her head. Then she brought it down to her face. Bellarmine players able to put their hands in there and tie her up for a jump ball.
Rachel Young up top, senior. Inside feed. Oh, up, around, and in is Jackie Holland. And Cardinal mistake on defense, letting your man get around you.
IPFW needs better weak side help, especially defensively inside.
Pass intended for Tierra Dudley, knocked away, and we're going to have a whistle and I believe a foul on Dijon. No? We're going to call it on Jackie Holland. That is her second, team 6th. One more and IPFW will be in the bonus. More substitutions. Cannon and Johnson back in the lineup for the Knights. Lindsay Wernst to inbound it. 8:05 left until halftime. Jamie fakes the 3, drives baseline, shot up and in.
Well, that side of the floor baseline has been wide open for IPFW the entire first half. Let's see if they continue to expose Bellarmine's defense.
10 points for Holderman now, and it's a 30-25 lead for IPFW. Young takes it inside off the glass and in. Boy, Rachel Young just showing you that senior experience.
That great first step off the dribble. Again, no weak side help defensively for IPFW. They're not collapsing. Easy drive to the bucket for 2.
The lead down to 3. Jamie for 3, yes! Third tray here in the first half for Jamie Holderman. She now has 13 points. More importantly, it's a 6-point IPFW lead. Cross-court pass, Young. 3-pointer on the way. Nothing but net. Rachel Young with the tray. 33-30 to score. Another inside feed to Dudley. Turnaround shot up, no. Rebound fought for, controlled by Fleming. Put back up and in.
Nice second effort that time by Trish Fleming.
One of the leading rebounders in the conference is Trish Fleming. The lead back up to 5, 35-30. Young driving on Holderman, whistle. We're going to call Jamie for the foul. If it is, that could be critical. Third foul. And that is the call. Shaney Smith, Becky Schuster in the lineup, replacing Dudley and Holderman. Bellarmine to inbound it. Spin move up off the glass and in is DeJean.
Mismatch underneath that time. DeJean being guarded by Becky Schuster. That time she got to step around Becky. Easy kiss off the glass for 2 points.
Shaney Smith dishes off. Ball worked back around. Shaney kicked underneath. Nice feed to Fleming, up and in. Nice feed.
Great look by Shaney off the dribble.
Back comes Bellarmine. They don't waste time. Baseline drive up in. They're going to go offensive foul. And I believe that is on Young.
Rachel can't believe that call.
Shaking her head, talking to one of the officials.
Thought she was undercut with the drive. That's at scorer's mentality. She leads Bellarmine in scoring, 17 points per game. Of course, the Stars always get the call. That's what she's saying, at least.
20 in the shot clock. Amy Gerald just wanting to drive. Kicks it back out. Looking for a cutter underneath. Nice feed. Fleming up and in. Trish Fleming now with 16 points.
I just love the spacing of IPFW offensively. Good ball movement. They're patient offensively. They wait for the open shooter underneath. Easy 2 points.
Young for three.
Oh.
Yes. Rachel Young's second tray. Makes it 39-35 as we're near the 5:15 mark here in the first half.
Just a great first half of basketball here, Mike.
Well, the Dons have been playing great first halves all year long. Question's going to be the second 20 minutes of play. Gerald's off the iron, no good. Rebound controlled by DeJean. And here comes Bellarmine. Randall with it. Watched by Lindsey Wernst. Ball knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by Gerald. So it'll remain Bellarmine basketball. More substitutions. Dudley and Holderman back in for the Dons. Danner in for Bellarmine. And we've got a whistle and another official timeout. 4:49 left here in the first half. Our score, IPFW 39, Bellarmine 35. Learn more about Mastodon sports in season by tuning into Mastodon Spotlight each Wednesday and Friday here on College 56. Host Mike Mize reviews the week's sports activities, looks at game footage, and talks with coaches. That's Mastodon Spotlight, Wednesday evenings at 8:30 and Friday evenings at 9:30, right here on College 56. Ryan Perrott, 4:49 left. Dons are up by 4. It's been an interesting clash of styles. Bellarmine, we know, wants to take it up and down the floor and play a 94-foot game. And IPFW, we know Carlos Amesco wants to slow it down, use up as much of the 30-second shot clock as she can, if for nothing else, to keep the players from getting totally burned out.
Keep the players fresh. You know, minimal bodies, about 8-9 players. Keep them fresh as they can. And right now with their perimeter shooting, of course, Bellarmine being smart, they're up tempo, pushing the basketball even after made baskets. So IPFW is going to have to be ready on their toes defensively. Oh, that should be a travel.
Over and back.
That should have been a travel call, if not an over and back.
Regardless, it's a break for the Dons. They get the basketball and a chance to expand the lead.
Another turnover for Bellarmine. That's their 8th here in the first half. IPFW with 5.
Holderman back in drive, shot up, no, but we had a whistle and a foul underneath. What are they going to call?
Calling a jump ball on the drive that time. Bellarmine defender.
Interesting call.
Jackie Holland that time. Got
inside.
Her hand in.
Dudley off the glass, no. Rebound controlled by Danner. Here comes Bellarmine.
Nice
Long pass
look.
down underneath. Shot up and in by Cannon, and a good lead pass set that basket up.
Great look by Nikki Randall, pushing the basketball up the floor.
39-37, the lead is cut to 2. Wernst for 3, in and out, and no! Halfway down the cylinder, but it didn't go. Randall with the ball. Knights with a chance to tie or take the lead. Stop, pop, no. Rebound, Jamie Holderman. Here comes IPFW. Shaney Smith tries the three. Off the mark. Randall with the board. Here comes Bellarmine. Rachel Young kicks it back out to Randall. Danner takes it to the glass. Whistle and a blocking foul is going to be called on Lindsay Wernst. Wernst, I should say, I'm sorry.
Wernst late getting over that time on the penetration by number 30, Ryan Danner. That's going to be a key point I think Coach Smeska will mention during the halftime intermission is the penetration help that IPFW is going to need, especially on the weak side.
First free throw is good. Fleming back in the lineup for Becky Schuster for IPFW. There you get a look. Ryan Danner, a 5'10 senior. Second one good as well. Get a whistle. And a timeout is called on the floor. Gives us a chance to invite you to join student host Dan Westrick and producer Alicia Bradley as they bring you weekly Mastodon highlights and scores in 10 minutes or less each Tuesday and Thursday evening at 5:50 or 8:50 right here on College 56. 3:35 left until halftime. We are all square at 39. Get a good look at the Bellarmine cheerleaders.
Good crowd here, Bellarmine.
Made the trek from Louisville, Kentucky.
And not a very good road team, the Knights are, so they're going to need all the support they can. Of course, last year, if you recall, they were unbelievable at home. I think they were 11-2, but on the road, only 4-6.
Now, that was last year. This year, and we're not going to count the 6 games they played over in Ireland and England over the Christmas break. They come in here with a 7-game winning streak, just as IPFW has officially.
Talk about being on the road.
Back to the action. IPFW with the basketball and a steal by Randall from Wernst. Young fakes the three, looks inside. Spin move, dish out, shot up, no good by Johnson. Rebound IPFW. Browns dodge a bullet there. Shaney Smith to Fleming. Looking for the cutter inside, doesn't see it. Under 3 minutes now here in the first half. Tied at 39. Fleming wants to drive, stops, pops, and hits. Trish Fleming now, 18 points. Don's up by 2. Randall, top of the key. We got a whistle. Blocking foul going to be called on Shaney Smith as Rachel Young used her body to perfection. Shaney's first. Team is over the limit, so Rachel Young at the line, 1 and bonus. Misses in and out, but they get the offensive rebound by Johnson.
No block out that time by Dudley. Second chance now, opportunity for Bellarmine.
Three-pointer by Danner gives Bellarmine the lead. 42-41. Fleming for 3, no. Rebound controlled by Young. Under 2 minutes to go now and a half. Knights by 1 with the ball. Whistle underneath. Foul going to be called on Bellarmine. Young picks up her second. Amy Gerald's back in the lineup, replacing Shaney Smith for IPFW. DeJean back in the lineup for Bellarmine. And she's going to replace Rachel Young. Here we go. Don's up. Don's trailing, I should say, by 1 with the ball. Gerald's up top, watched closely by Randall. Inside feed, Holderman, shot off the glass and in.
Nice body control that time by Jamie.
IPFW back on top, 43-42. Randall off the glass and in.
Just love the way she creates off the dribble. Always looking to penetrate and dish off. That time, taking it with her right hand for 2 points.
Back and forth we go. Bellarmine with the lead, IPFW with the ball. Nice feed, Fleming underneath. Good feed from Geralds to Fleming. The Dons are back on top in this back and forth yo-yo type of game. 1 minute until halftime.
IPFW clicking offensively. Let's see if they can click defensively here.
Need one good stop. Oh, traveling call? Traveling call on Ryan Danner. She dragged the foot. 50 seconds left until the break. Dons with the 1 point lead and the basketball. And as Schuster comes to the scorer's table to get back in the lineup, she will replace Tiara Dudley.
Better defense that time, half court wise for IPFW. Able to drop to ball level, that time causing a turnover. They have possession now.
Critical that they get a score on this possession. Geralds wants to drive. Kicks it back out.
Nice ball movement.
Whistle, and they're going to call Lindsay Wernst for the shuffling of the feet. Ball goes over to Bellarmine. 36 seconds left until the break. Shani Smith back in the lineup. A little offense-defense switch. Smith in for Wernst. Get some words from Carl Somesco. See if the Dons can play some D. Randall walking the ball up over the timeline. Watched by Shani Smith. 18 on the shot clock, 22 on the game clock.
About a 6-second differential. Game clock to shot clock.
10 on the shot clock.
Look for Randall to create here.
Stops, pops, three-pointer, yes!
Does.
Randall for three.
You knew it was coming.
5 seconds, 4 seconds. Smith lays it up off the glass. No! As the horn goes to sound the end of the first half of play. Shot just couldn't go. So the teams head to the locker room. And our halftime score is Bellarmine 47, IPFW 45. Let's take a break and come back with more of IPFW basketball here in College 56 Sports.
Eight years ago, John Knight joined the Department of Consumer and Family Sciences at IPFW. He developed an innovative curriculum which allows his hotel restaurant students to gain invaluable experience.
That allows the students to get into the community and be an outreach, bringing industry and education together.
His students partake in serving and managing at several area hotels and restaurants for one night through each semester.
I always say Jesus came not to be served, but to serve. And so we really care about the customer and the guest, and we teach that in the classroom, and the students are exposed to all areas of hospitality.
John's knowledge and enthusiasm for teaching gives his students many advantages, including the opportunity to travel.
We've had students travel really worldwide through these opportunities that are afforded, because we do make some money when the sponsorships are healthy and the dinners go well.
This has been an IPFW Faculty Minute. The right school, right here, right now.
I wanted to study engineering so I could get a better job without giving up the job I've already got.
Of course, getting a degree without going into debt was pretty high on my list, too.
And I wanted the kind of education that I could only get in smaller classes with the professor's full attention.
IPFW offered me all of that. And the Purdue engineering degree is going to look pretty good on my resume.
Going to IPFW is the best choice I ever made.
IPFW, the right school, right here, right now.
any potential student at IPFW to get involved, to see this as their campus, that it's not just a place to go to class and leave.
You would not believe how much opportunity there is for you here at IPFW, for people to help you in all different aspects of your education. There's just loads and loads of opportunities for you to succeed at IPFW.
When a student exits IPFW with a degree, they can be secure with the knowledge that they have a world-class degree that will be recognized by any employer.
IPFW has a very nice disabled student services program. They are providing many great adaptive aids for all sorts of disabilities.
Originally, I chose IPFW because I wasn't ready to leave home. I wanted to stay at home and live at home and try college and get used to it and then move on. But after a year here, you couldn't get me to leave.
I've got 2 kids, and IPFW's childcare is affordable and it's flexible. It really works out well.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all that possible.
IPFW? It's the best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
The Royal Dons Athletic Association would like to thank you for joining us and trust that you are enjoying this evening's telecast. As Director of Athletics at IPFW, I want you to know firsthand that the student athletes and myself appreciate your taking time to be a part of this contest. Recently, Chancellor Wartell notified the NCAA of our desire to move our program to Division I status. Over the next few months, you will be both hearing and reading more about this transition and how you can become personally involved. I would like to invite you to join us each Wednesday evening for the Mastodon Spotlight Coaches Hour. This will provide you information on the coaches, student athletes, and up-to-date progress on each team. We believe our student athletes' prowess on the courts and field is matched by their academic achievement in the classroom. It is our pledge to you that this dual responsibility is our continuing goal as we enter Division I competition. For more information on how you can become involved in the Royal Dons Athletic Association and in the life of the university and our student athletes, please call the number listed on your screen. Thank you again for your consideration of involvement with the Royal Dons Athletic Association and Mastodon excitement.
Do you like that sense of personal achievement?
That chance to make a difference? That chance to make friends and network with other professionals?
Then take that chance by serving your alumni association as a volunteer.
Your alma mater needs you.
You really can make an impact.
It's that good, and it's that simple. Come on back.
We need you.
To the Hilliard Gate Sports Center on the campus of IPFW. Mike Maz and Ryan Parat with you, and it is halftime here at the Gate Center. And at the break, our score stands: Bellarmine, visitors from Louisville, Kentucky, 47, IPFW 45. And Ryan, a well-played first half by both squads. Let's take a look at some of the numbers as we see IPFW warming up.
Good shooting display by both teams. Bellarmine, they're 17 of 30 from the floor. They're shooting 57%. Behind the arc, they're deadly. 5 of 7. Three-point land, 72%. Free throws, 8 of 9. Out-rebounding IPFW 17 to 11. IPFW shooting the basketball particularly well as well from the field. They're 20 of 35 for 57%. Behind the arc, though, they're only 5 of 12 for 42%. They have not made one attempt at the foul line. That may perhaps come down to the stretch. You never know. They're being out-rebounded, as I mentioned, by Bellarmine, 17 to 11. Assists, they're out-leading Bellarmine, 11 to 7. Turnovers, good statistic for IPFW, 7 turnovers to Bellarmine's 10. So that's something that Coach Semesco obviously is proud of.
Before we look at some other numbers, we want to remind you that this broadcast is brought to you in part by Pizza Hut of Canterbury, featuring famous Pizza Hut pizza. Ryan, as we see these teams warm up now for the second half, we've got a couple of minutes yet. What struck you most about Bellarmine in the first half?
I like the way that they're pushing the basketball up. Nikki Randall's done a fabulous job offensively, running the tempo, creating off the dribble. I believe Nikki has about 5 assists so far in the first half. I love the tempo of the basketball, and I also love the way that they're pounding it inside to the bigger players compared to the matchup of IPFW. For IPFW, I think they could be up about maybe 10 points if they got better weak side help defensively. Right now, they're not collapsing to basketball level. picking up a couple lazy fouls, not moving their feet, reaching in, giving Bellarmine a chance to go to the free throw line where they're 8 of 9 so far in the first half. So I think if IPFW can minimize that kind of shot opportunity of the Knights, they should be fine here in the second half.
How much of a factor do you feel the fact that IPFW only has 7 bodies on the floor?
Yeah. The stamina is going to be a key for IPFW. I mean, obviously, I'm sure they're accustomed to it. You know, we're halfway through the season. A lot of players playing 26-plus minutes. Stamina could be a key as Bellarmine rotates in. They go about 10 deep themselves. A key, of course, to minimize that, of course, is foul trouble at IPFW if they can stay away from that. But I think they've gotten used to it, and hopefully it doesn't become a factor. But if the pace continues, if Nikki Randall and Rachel Young continue to push the basketball for the Knights, IPFW stamina could become a question.
Speaking of foul trouble, a quick look at the numbers. IPFW, Tiara Dudley, Jamie Holderman, and Lindsay Werns, 2 apiece. As Stephanie Hutchcraft, Jackie Howen, and Rachel Young for Bellarmine. So it's almost a Mexican standoff there, but it'll be interesting to see who can draw the fouls on the other first. And it also, as you say, it'll be interesting to see
I think the first 5 minutes of the second half is going to be crucial. We'll get a good glimpse of, you know, how physically fit IPFW will be.
Well, the teams continue to warm up. The officials have come back onto the floor. Now we are under a minute until the start of the second half. And again, this is a heck of a ball game. Both teams only 1 loss. Bellarmine's loss was in a tournament to Indiana of Pennsylvania by 4 points. IPFW's lone loss in the conference opener at Southern Indiana, where they were back and forth, had the lead a few times, but they went down by 5 at the half to USI, and then USI came out like gangbusters in the second half there. But 2 teams, each 7-game winning streak officially coming in, and it's worth the price of admission.
This is a great matchup. Bellarmine 3rd in the conference, IPFW 4th in the conference. So it should be a very good matchup here in the second half. Check at the leading scorers, Mike. Nikki Randall leads Bellarmine. She has 13 points. Great distribution. This is why 7 other ball players average double-digit figures. Nikki Randall has 13. Rachel Young has 8. Ryan Danner has 8 as well. And then 4 players have 4 points. Hutchcraft, Dejan, Johnson, and Cannon. For IPFW, Trish Fleming, she has 20 points. She leads everybody in scoring. And Jamie Holderman has 15. And then the big drop-off there as Lindsay Werns has 6 and Amy Gerald's 4.
We are underway here in the second half. Bellarmine with the basketball and a 2-point lead. Inside feed, shot up and in by Holland. Just stronger than Trish Fleming was and had the position.
No weak side help, though. It came over late. Coach Smesko quickly off the bench, not liking that on the first possession of the Knights.
Back come the Dons. Perimeter movement. Holderman wants to drive. Takes it off the glass and in. 17 points now for Jamie Holderman.
If there's one thing IPFW can capitalize on is their quick first step, especially to the baseline where there will be no help of Bellarmine.
Young watched by Holderman. Randall for 3. Ooh. Smooth shot by Nikki Randall, her second tray of the day. 52-47. 1 minute into the second half.
Wow, 6 of 8 from behind the arc, Bellarmine.
Inside feed for Fleming, taken away by Hutchcraft. Bellarmine on the run. Young stops, pops, and hits.
This is where they're deadly now. As I mentioned, the first 5 minutes will be crucial for IPFW.
Knights have hit their first 3 shots of the half.
Smart timeout here by Coach Smesko.
Calls a 30-second timeout. Well, as he huddles with his players, Ryan, what does he tell them?
Well, they've already opened up a 7-point lead at Bellarmine. They're saying, hey, let's keep under control here. Offensively, let's get the baskets falling for us. Defensively, though, weak side help, and let's rebound.
Be sure to tune in to College 56 tomorrow, Sunday afternoon and evening, to see the 1945 classic film, Ivan the Terrible, directed by Russian film director Sergei Eisenstein. That's Sunday afternoon at 2 and Sunday evening at 9 right here on College 56. Ivan the Terrible.
Eisenstein. Distant cousin.
Back to the action. Dons with the ball, trailing by 7. Need to stay in this contest. 12 on the shot clock.
IPFW doesn't need to be flustered right here.
Gerald's up off the iron, no good. Rebound Hutchcraft. Here comes Bellarmine. Randall right around Fleming. Inside, Hutchcraft off the glass and in. Bellarmine 4 of 4 to start the half here, shooting-wise. Dons need to respond. Good play underneath by Holderman. Jamie couldn't get the shot off, so she knocked it off the opponent's leg.
IPFW is going to have to settle things down here.
Wernst inbounded underneath.
There's an errant pass.
But it is not over and back. Holderman retrieves it. Gerald's for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good.
Look out, wide open. Oh,
Gerald's got the D, got the pass. See if the Dons can convert. Fleming, baseline jumper, no. Rebound controlled by Danner. And I got to admit, Ryan, it looked to me like the legs were just a touch tired by Trish Fleming there. Could be wrong, hope I am. Young. Inside, ball almost taken away by Geralds. Instead, Rando inside the arc. In and out, no good. Rebound controlled by Bellarmine. Whistle, offensive foul by Holland. Negates the bucket. Third foul on Jackie. First here in the second half. Shani Smith in the lineup, replacing Amy Geralds for IPFW.
Well, IPFW getting no rest whatsoever when they think they get a chance defensively. As Dijon checks back into the ball game, as they think they get a rest defensively, Nikki Randall and Rachel Young pushing the tempo for Bellarmine. Perhaps Coach Smesco may think of changing defensive strategies, maybe a zone maybe to maybe buy some time, get some rest.
You said it right there. Fleming, watched by Hutchcraft.
But when you're down, it's kind of hard to play zone. Down 9 points.
Pass knocked away, picked off by Danner. Here come the nice whistle, traveling call, I do believe. So the Dons dodge a bullet, get a break. Now let's see if they can convert. 56-47 our score, 16:42 to go. Dons on the short end. Wernst watched by Randall. Inside feed, Fleming off the glass, no. It's 2 in a row Trish has missed here to start the half. Dijon underneath, lays it up and in, and she's fouled. Foul is going to be called, I believe, on Tiara Dudley. It is her third. Team first here and a half.
This relentless tempo by Bellarmine, giving all sorts of fits to IPFW. Now a double-digit lead for the Knights.
Free throw, no good. Rebounded by Trish Fleming. Dons have to score this possession, literally. They got to keep their composure. Inside, Fleming. Spin, shot, no. Rebound, Dijon's. I think Trish is pressing a little bit. Young, bounce pass, Hutchcraft,
Nice
turnaround
move,
shot up and
under.
in. And I smell another timeout coming up.
Nice up and under move by Stephanie Hutchcraft. 13-point lead now for the Knights.
60-47, under 16 minutes to go.
Bounce
pass, I'm sorry, Fleming, another miss, but Dudley with the offensive board. Kicks it out, taken away by Danner. Whistle? No whistle, I'm sorry. I thought there was going to be a foul on Wernst. She and Danner collided. Danner for 3. It is good. Carl telling his team to slow it down, just relax. We'll get back into it. Shot
There's
up
2
and
points.
finally in.
Nice move by Jamie Holderman that time. But here's where IPFW is going to have to pick it up on the defensive end. Too many easy buckets for Bellarmine. There's a nice jump shot there by
Hutchcraft does it
Hutchcraft.
again. 6 points and a half and 10 points in the game now for Stephanie Hutchcraft. And we're going to have a media timeout. 14:57 left. Our score, Bellarmine 65, IPFW 49. You are watching IPFW basketball on College 56 Sports.
Hi, I'm Art Salzberg from WoWo Radio. Join me this month on IPFW Up Close for an in-depth interview with Fort Wayne business leaders and IPFW Athletic Director Walt Bowman to discuss IPFW's move to NCAA Division I athletics and what this means for Northeast Indiana. That's December's edition of IPFW Up Close, Sundays at noon and Fridays at 8 p.m. on College Access Channel 56.
Welcome back, everybody. Mike Miles, Ryan Perrott with you as you watch Carl Semesco pleading with his gals to keep their composure and get back into it. They trail 65-49, and it's been a literal blitzkrieg here at the start of the second half. You talked about how important the first 5 minutes were. Well, in that first 5 minutes, 16-4 run for Bellarmine.
And composure is the right word, Mike, as you use it. IPFW has lost their composure, not only offensively but defensively.
IPFW to inbound the basketball. Wernst, Smith, Fleming, Holderman, and Becky Schuster on the floor for IPFW.
Young now guarding Holderman.
Shaney Smith cut off at the pass. Holderman underneath. Three-point shot, no. Rebound, Wernst. First offensive rebound of the half for IPFW, and they needed it.
I think IPFW should try pounding it inside.
Another three-point shot. This one is short by Wernst.
Remember, IPFW has not even attempted a free throw in the game so far.
Randall, watched by Wernst. To Young. Give and go. Hutchcraft off the glass. No. Rebound, DeJean. Up and no. Rebound. Shaney Smith. Knights had 2 cracks at it, and they missed them both.
Let's see if IPFW capitalizes.
Nice feed. Fleming from Wernst, and Trish Fleming has her first points of the second half. Don's got to remember they don't have 18-point plays, 18-point shots. Young cut off by Smith. Bounce pass. DeJean underneath. Shot no good, but she is fouled. And she will go to the line shooting 2. Becky Schuster picks up the foul, her first.
Defensively for IPFW, when the ball is entered into the post for Bellarmine, they try to swing above the ball, come up top, and that gives the easy spin move for any Bellarmine Knight player to go right to the hole. That time Becky Schuster committed the foul, and Bellarmine continuing their sizzling shooting from the free throw line.
Amy Gerald's in for Lindsay Wernst for IPFW. Jennifer DeJean waiting for her next free throw attempt. That's good as well. Boy, this was a good free throw shooting team. 67-51, 13:35 to go. Don's got some work to do. Fleming inside, over Young, shot up and in. Count it, and she's fouled.
That's what Trish needs to get out of that shooting slump. She was 0 for 4 here to start the second half.
Perhaps more importantly, Ryan, that's the third personal foul on Rachel Young, and that's something the IPFW has to do. Get the big-time players in foul trouble.
That time, Fleming working the left side of the floor.
Free throw rims out, no good. Rebound controlled by Bellarmine. Here comes Nikki Randall. She loves throwing that little pass. Inside, Hutchcraft, no, rebound, Schuster.
Need some penetration here by Shaney.
Stops, pops, short. Hutchcraft with the rebound. Here comes Bellarmine back up the floor. Young, coast to coast.
Well, non-contested shot that time by Rachel Young. IPFW just standing around watching that floater go in.
69-53. Holderman almost lost it.
IPFW is going to need a spark, a little run to get themselves back into the second half.
Whistle traveling call on Shaney Smith.
And that's not going to help their matters.
Warnston Dudley back in the lineup for IPFW, replacing Smith and Schuster.
Head coach David Smith of Bellarmine's got the former Georgetown University head coach John Thompson towel.
Hutchcraft right around Trish Fleming. Stops, pops, no good. Rebound Dudley. Trish looks awfully tired, Ryan. Tries to take it coast to coast herself and gets the lucky roll.
Trish averaging 32 minutes a game. She had a 40 throughout the course of the season.
She scored the last 6 IPFW points. Randall right back at a baseline jumper. Nikki Randall. Smooth basketball player.
She's exerting a lot of energy, especially when you try to come back. You exert that much more energy just to get back to the level to even things up. IPFW down 16, Mike.
Gerald's missed the 3. Bellarmine with the rebound. Young goes right around Amy Geralds and banks it in.
Side help that time. Tara Dudley had her back turned to the basketball.
It's driving the coaching staff crazy on the side there. Gerald's baseline off the glass and in.
That's what IPFW needs.
First points in the second half for Amy Geralds. 6 in the game now. It's 73-57. Still time.
IPFW needs to collapse here defensively. Scrambling around here.
Ball knocked out of bounds off of Johnson. So it'll be IPFW basketball. Audrey Cannon back in the lineup, as well as Jackie Holland for Bellarmine.
IPFW needs to capitalize on the turnovers of Bellarmine.
Holderman looking for some movement. Ties a 3, off the rim, no. Rebound, Nikki Randall. Under 11 minutes to go now. The lead for Bellarmine is 16. Holland has the ball taken away by Fleming. Ruth has it taken away by Johnson. Whistle, bank shot is in by Holland, and she is going to go to the line. And she is fouled by Tiara Dudley, and for Tiara, that's foul number 4.
Great steal by number 22 that time, Lynn Johnson on the floor, keeping her dribble. Finding Holland underneath, who was hacked by Dudley. And the hoop.
Free throw is good.
And the three-point play.
Conventional three-point play. It's 76-57, the lead back up to 19. Fleming has it tied up by Lynn Johnson.
The energy level of Bellarmine is unbelievable. It's off the charts.
On the positive side and on the negative side for IPFW, because they just look awfully tired right now. Fleming wants to drive. Shot up, no. Good defense by Holland.
I wouldn't have thought that stamina would have been such a integral part, especially so early in the second half, Mike. As I mentioned, though, the first 5 minutes were the biggest.
We got a whistle, and Johnson's going to be called for an offensive foul. I'm not sure, Ryan. I think a couple of things may come into play. Bellarmine played at home Thursday night, as we see Becky Schuster come back in a lineup for Trish Fleming. Bellarmine played St. Joe's at home in Louisville on Thursday, but as you said earlier off the air, they came into town yesterday.
Yes.
Relatively early. IPFW played at Kentucky Wesleyan down in Owensboro Thursday night, had the long ride back, and they just may be flat out tired. Ball almost taken away by Gerald, to say it is taken away, and on the possession, it will go to Bellarmine. And we're going to have a whistle and immediate timeout. 9:58 left in this contest. Our score stands: Bellarmine 76, IPFW 57. You are watching IPFW basketball on College 56 Sports.
I wanted to study engineering so I could get a better job without giving up the job I've already got.
Of course, getting a degree without going into debt was pretty high on my list too. And I wanted the kind of education that I could only get in smaller classes with the professor's full attention.
IPFW offered me all of that. And the Purdue engineering degree is going to look pretty good on my resume.
Going to IPFW is the best choice I ever made.
IPFW, the right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back, everybody. Mike Miles, Ryan Perrott with you. 9:58 left. Bellarmine has put the afterburners on, and they've expanded a 2-point halftime lead to 19, 76-57. And I know, Ryan, you and I were talking off air during the break. It's amazing. Bellarmine just seems to be like the Energizer Bunny. And IPFW has hit the skids because they're just flat out tired.
Yeah, perhaps the leg's not with them here in the second half. Bellarmine continuing to roll at a fast pace. The tempo is unbelievable for them. After a 2-point halftime lead, now they've expanded it to 19 points.
Knights with a basketball. Rachel Young, watched by Wernst. Gets it back around. Inside move, Holland, spin around jumper is good. Jackie Holland now, 9 points in the ball game. 78-57. Three-pointer on the way, no by Jamie Halderman. Bellarmine with the rebound, and they're on the run. Track meet time. Young all the way. Misses the shot, but the whistle blows, and IPFW will be called for a foul.
Randall and Young are like thoroughbreds out there, sixpencing one way to another. That time Young going coast to coast, drawing the foul. She'll go to the free throw line.
Foul is on Lindsay Wernst, her third, team fourth here in the second half. Rachel Young, missed the free throw. As we see Fleming come back in the lineup for IPFW and Hutchcraft for Bellarmine. I think it's only the second free throw they've missed. Third free throw they've missed today.
And she's missed 2 of them. And she's relatively a good free throw shooter at 86% rather.
Makes the second. It's a 22-point lead. Don's got to play it one possession at a time.
IPFW's going to have to pray for pride here. Try to scrap their way back. Make it a contest.
Whistle. Got a break. Before the palming, you got to reach in foul. And I think that foul was on Danner. Ryan Danner. Wernst to inbound it. Looking for somebody and gets it to Fleming, but it's back on the other side of midcourt. Trish has to bring it up over the timeline. Dons are just out of sync. Inside, Fleming, watched by Young, baseline drive, spin, shot up, no. Trish is fouled, and she will go to the line shooting 2. And the foul was on Rachel Young, and for Rachel, that is personal foul number 4. Fortunately for her teammates, they have a 22-point lead.
Yes, and Nikki Randall is about to check in for Rachel Young. So just when you think perhaps you
catch
might
a
get
break.
a chance, yeah.
First free throw by Fleming was short, and you can see Trish just straining. Second one is good.
Well, usually, Mike, as you mentioned earlier, first thing to go when you get tired, of course, is the legs. And for Trish, that's what seems to be apparent here in the second half.
Turnaround jumper by Stephanie Hutchcraft is good. Oh, she's got 8 points in the second half now.
She loves that little baseline jump shot. Nice 10-foot jumper.
Halderman bounces off Holland, misses the shot, and they're going to call a whistle on Jamie over the back on the rebound. And for Jamie, that's foul number 3. Fifth team. 8.5 minutes to go here. 81-58 our score. Bellarmine on top. Proving that they're one of the top teams, not only in the conference, but in the country. Ball knocked away. Good D by Dudley and Geralds. Halderman to Geralds. Takes it strong to the glass and in. 8 points now for Amy Geralds. 81-60, under 8 minutes to go. Like you said, Ryan, let's see how well they play for Pride in his last 8 minutes. Holland misses the bunny. Rebound, Trish Fleming.
They got numbers here.
Wernst loses the ball to Hutchcraft. Stephanie all the way, no good. She's fouled by Jamie Holderman, and that is 4 on Jamie. And not to be critical, but I think it can be said the wheels have come off for IPFW.
Yeah. IPFW had numbers that time in transition, 5-on-4. Wernst unable to capitalize with a pass, and Stephanie Hutchcraft stole the ball and now gets a chance for 2 shots to expand the Bellarmine Knight lead.
First one is good. Stephanie Hutchcraft with 9 points here in the second half, 13 for the game. Shani Smith in for Jamie Holderman. Second free throw good as well.
4 players in double digits for Bellarmine.
83-60, 7.5 to go.
Great point distribution offensively for them.
Fleming, watched by Hutchcraft. Looking for some help. Geralds wants to drive, dishes off. Wernst for 3. Good shot, Lindsay Wernst. 9 points, all on trays for Lindsay today. 83-63, 7 minutes to go. Three-pointer returned by Danner. That is her 3rd tray as well. 11 points for Danner, and it's 86-63.
Senior leadership that time by Ryan Danner. Able to hit the open tray from the baseline.
Gerald's left-hander off the glass and in. Amy in double digits now with 10.
Look at the tempo, continuing to push the basketball.
Danner, baseline jumper. You get the feeling that Bellarmine wants 3 digits. 88-65, 6:20 to go.
Well, they average 90 points a game.
Oh, offensive foul called on Amy Geralds. Good defensive work by Lynn Johnson. For Amy Geralds, that is her first foul of the afternoon. Substitutions, Young back in for Bellarmine, Holderman in for IPFW. Both playing with 4 personal fouls.
Check that, Mike. They average 96 points a game, and they're on pace, obviously, for that, if not more, with 6:15 to go here in the second half.
Danner takes it, stops, pops, no, but she's going to be fouled, and she's going to go to the line. Is it going to be on Dudley or going to be on Geralds? Amy Geralds picks up the foul, her 2nd in a row. There's not much you can really say.
They ran out of gas.
Ran out of gas on IPFW's part, and Bellarmine has played extremely well.
Give credit where credit is due. A great first half by IPFW. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, the first 5 minutes of the second half killed them. The relentless pressure by the Knights was just too much for IPFW, and that's something they'll, of course, learn from and prepare themselves better for their upcoming games.
Second free throw was good by Danner. 1 out of 2 from the stripe. 89-65. We'll talk about that upcoming schedule in a little bit, too, because next up happens to be the defending national champions of Northern Kentucky on a 35-game winning streak heading into today's game.
That's right.
Baseline jumper by Shani Smith, her first points of the ball game. 89-67. Hutchcraft for 3. Rainbow 3-pointer, Stephanie Hutchcraft. What can you do? 92-67, 5.5 to go. And a near steal by Young. Fleming, watched by Johnson. Spin move, shot up and in. Count it, and she's fouled.
Great move by Trish Fleming. Hard 2 points.
Foul was on Lynn Johnson, her 2nd. Wernst back in the lineup for Amy Geralds.
Exhausted look there at Trish Fleming.
You know, other ironies, if my memory is correct, I believe Bellarmine hit their first 5 shots on the floor here as Fleming completes the 3-point play. Makes it 92-70 with 5:15 to go.
If you take a look at the numbers, Mike, the wear and tear on IPFW, Jamie Holderman averages about 35 minutes a game, and Fleming averages about 32. So that in itself has a lot of mileage on their legs.
Johnson banks it home, 94-70 at the 5-minute mark.
And I'm sure they're not accustomed to this kind of tempo for 40 minutes of basketball.
Nice feed. Jamie Holderman with the lay-in. 6 points in the second half now for Jamie.
Not a lot of teams in the conference, or in the nation for that matter, can keep up with this pace for 40 minutes the way that Bellarmine has.
Well, it'll be interesting. The last team to defeat Northern Kentucky was this Bellarmine crew.
Yep.
They're going to get a chance in a couple of weeks to see if they can do it again. This ball knocked out of bounds. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left. Our score, Bellarmine 94, IPFW 72. This is IPFW basketball on College 56 Sports.
Hi, I'm Dan Westrick, inviting you to watch IPSGA Update on College 56. Every month, we will tackle the issues facing IPFW students by talking to the leaders of IPSGA and IPFW. That's IPSGA Update, Fridays at 1 and Saturdays at 9, here on College Access Channel 56.
Welcome back, everybody. Mike Miles, Ryan Perrott, 4.5 minutes to go, 94-72. Don's on the short end of the score, but I can't help but be impressed with this Bellarmine ball club. Quick look at the numbers. Second half. Well, Bellarmine is cooled down. They're only shooting 75% from the floor, 18 of 24. Compared to IPFW's 12 of 26 for 46%. That has a lot to say.
And Bellarmine 4 of 4 from behind the arc.
Give and go. Hutchcraft on the feed, up and in. 96-72. Dudley, foul line extended inside. Trish Fleming, spin, shot, no, but she is fouled. Lynn Johnson thought it was all ball. Hutchcraft thought it was all ball, but the official says no, foul Johnson, her third.
So does head coach David Smith up off the bench, thinking that was all ball as well.
Coach, relax, you're up by 24.
Relentless, not even on the floor, but also on the bench.
First free throw by Trish Fleming is good. Trish, freshman of the year in the GLVC last year, and came into the game today leading the league in scoring at nearly 21 points a ball game. Makes the second. 96-74, 4:05 to go.
Trish is only going to get better and better, obviously, this being her sophomore season.
Nearly a steal. Hutchcraft underneath again. Cherry pick time almost. Stephanie Hutchcraft makes it 98-74. 3:46 to go. Fleming for three.
Some leg life there by Trish, able to knock down the tray.
Interesting, this is the only time this year these two teams will meet. It's one of the crossover games in the conference. Intended for Hutchcraft. Out of bounds. Ball goes over to IPFW. Well, there's a number of good teams in this conference, Ryan, and two of them are on this floor. And today, Bellarmine just happens to have the better of it.
Just great parity throughout the GLVC.
Inside, Jamie. Left-hand shot is good.
Great shot by Jamie Holderman that time with the left-handed hook.
21 points for Jamie Holderman now. It's 98-79 as we near the 3-minute mark. Young stops, pops, and banks it in. 100 points for Bellarmine today. 100-79, 2:52 left. IPFW working it on the perimeter. Give, go, Holderman, double teamed. Tried to kick it back out, stolen by Danner, who's fouled by Jamie, and that is it for her. Foul number 5 on Jamie Holderman. Comes with 2:33 left. Jamie unofficially fouls out with 23 points.
This is the first game of the year that Jamie Holderman has fouled out.
Captain of the ball club.
Yep, picking up her 5th foul. And for the first time, Mike, we're going to get a look at Laura Douglas, who's about to check in for Jamie Holderman.
Nice hand for Jamie Holderman. Laura Douglas, and she's going to be a welcome addition to this ball club. Didn't play last year, but played the 2 years prior.
Coming off a very successful IPFW volleyball campaign. She's going to get in a couple minutes here and work herself in.
As
Great.
Ryan Danner knocks down the first free throw.
Very good athlete, Laura Douglas is.
Talk about volleyball. Laura Douglas, the GLVC Player of the Year in volleyball this year, as Danner makes them both. And now the bench is being cleared for Bellarmine with 2:33 left. In fact, a timeout has been called by Bellarmine, 30-second timeout. Want to remind you to stay tuned after this game, as the replay of this ball game will be shown tomorrow night at 7 o'clock here on College 56. Tomorrow evening, January 13th, 7 o'clock, replay of this game here on College 56 Sports. And also want to remind you to stay tuned later on here live as the men from these two universities tangle.
Couple 2 big weeks of action here on College 56 Sports, of course, next weekend.
More of the
Huge
same.
weekend, yep.
We'll be back, and also want to mention briefly the next game for IPFW is Thursday night here at the Gates Center against Northern Kentucky. Schuster underneath lays it up and in. First points for Becky Schuster. 102-81, 2:14 to go. A lot of new bodies on the floor for Bellarmine. Vogely underneath, Jessa Martin, local product, ditches it off to Johnson, who still is in and makes the shot. 1:52 to go, 104-81. Fleming. Shani Smith for 3. 5 points now for Shani Smith. Trying to make it respectable. Traveling call on Jessa Martin. Jessa Martin, a freshman, played 3 years at Belmont High School, and then under some unusual circumstances, played in the tournament for Bishop Lures last year. Fleming has her baseline jumper blocked by Johnson. That's the tone of the second half here for IPFW. Jessa Martin dishes off underneath, pass knocked away by Laura Douglas. Retrieved. Johnson for 3. What
Great
can you say?
sequence by Lynn Johnson, starting it off at the defensive end with the block on Fleming, then able to knock down the 3.
107-84. Fleming for 3. No rebound. Fought for. Whistle jump ball as Laura Douglas hustles in and ties up Laura Vogely.
Oh, Cardinal sin that time by Laura Vogely. Whenever you rebound the basketball, you want to keep it high. That time she brought it down to her chest, and the tie-up by IPFW.
Dons with the ball. Wernst to Schuster. Back to Wernst. Underneath. Kicks it out. Fleming for 3. Back of the rim. No. Wernst with the feed. Dished it off. Intended for Laura Douglas. And went right through her hands. Nice try. Just didn't work. Under a minute. 54 seconds to go. 107-84 is our score. Bellarmine with the ball, the lead, and soon-to-be victory. Inside, the Jeans off the glass and in. 6 points and a half for Jessica DeJean. Whistle, blocking foul on Jessa Martin as Wernst keeps trying. Lindsay will go to the stripe. Started to say a moment ago, Ryan, Jessa Martin is still involved in litigation involving the IHSAA. They deprived her from playing the regular season. She did play in the tournament, however, when Bishop Luers successfully defended their 2A state championship. As Wernz knocks down the first of two.
And we'll see when that becomes resolved.
If and when.
If and when, yeah, in the next couple months.
Second free throw good as well. 109.86 with 34 seconds to go. Martin, watched by Wernz, gets it up over midcourt. Whistle, reach-in foul on Lindsay Wernz. She fouls Lynn Johnson, who did a spin move.
Oh, they're going to call the foul on 34, Laura Douglas that time. A little hand check.
Laura's first. But it does send Lynn Johnson to the line with 23 seconds to go. Rolls the first one out, rims it out. She had made her previous 2 attempts here today.
67% free throw shooter on the season, Lynn Johnson.
Second one is good. 12 points now for Johnson. 110.86, 20 seconds to go. See if the Dons can make a bucket going home. Pass knocked away. Knocked away again. Schuster has it. 9 seconds. Wernz. Cross court. Shani Smith. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Douglas. Spin. Shot up. No good, but it came after the buzzer to end the ball game. Good effort by IPFW, but they come up short as the players congratulate each other. Final score, Bellarmine 110, IPFW 86. And Ryan, as you say, an excellent first half that saw the teams go to the locker room with a 2-point differential, but all Bellarmine in the second half for a number of reasons.
The pace, the tempo, and of course the stamina, all key factors on the big win for Bellarmine here on the road. IPFW hung close and tough in the first half. They trailed by 2 points, 47-45, unable to stay, however, with the Knights in the second half.
You see the Bellarmine team celebrating this victory. The 8th win in a row for the Knights. It snaps IPFW's 7-game winning streak. Bellarmine improves now to 10-1 overall, 5-0, no worse than a tie for the lead in the GLVC. IPFW drops to 10-2 overall, 3-2 in the conference, and boy, it would be interesting to see when and if Bellarmine and Northern Kentucky play, and they will play twice, how this is going to shape up. But
well, and one thing about that is Bellarmine is such a great home team and not a very good road team. I'm sure that 2 matchups are going to be key, and they're going to be thrillers, I'm sure.
Hope to get some final numbers here in a moment. But again, excellent ball game. Bellarmine, an excellent team, and you always wonder what can or can't be if IPFW just had a couple of more bodies that could have helped withstand the relentless pressure that Bellarmine put on.
I think they're going to have to learn from this, Mike. Obviously, they're going to have to know that they're going to be maybe 8-9 deep throughout the course of the season, and throughout their training, their practice schedule. I'm sure that Coach Semesco is going to have to take a look at that and work very hard at getting his players in top shape to work for 40 minutes each and every night.
Now we're just getting the final numbers, and we'll try to take a quick look at them. For Bellarmine, in the second half, the story, 24 of 30 from the floor for 80%, including 5 of 5 from three-point range. Not many teams are going to lose when you do that.
Absolutely not. Lights out shooting.
10 of 14 from the free throw line for 71%. We're going to see a replay here. Hutchcraft makes the bucket there. Real quick, again, 6 players in double figures for Bellarmine, led by Stephanie Hutchcraft with 21 points. Okay, 5 players in double figures for IPFW, led by Trish Fleming with 35. Well, that's about it for this ball game. Ryan, we will see you again next week.
Yes, looking forward to it.
On our next broadcast. And at this point, we want to remind you that our sponsors today, if I can get my notes, and I apologize, folks, for today's, here we go, ball game. We're the College 56 production crew, the IPFW athletic staff, the City of Fort Wayne, Comcast Cablevision, the IPFW Learning Resource Center, and especially the IPF Office of University Relations and Communications. We thank them for their contributions to this College 56 Sports telecast. This telecast of IPFW Sports is copyrighted and the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, exhibition, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this event without expressed written consent is strictly prohibited. We hope you enjoyed our telecast of IPFW Sports, and we thank you again for joining us. For Ryan Perrott, this is Mike Moss saying goodbye for now. Once again, our final score, Bellarmine University 110, IPFW 86.